Thanks for tuning in to more Jets talk on Jets FM on EOFN as we get to produce this Jets post-game show rather early on a Sunday, which is a nice break. But the outcome is pretty much the same as the Jets go down to the depleted Atlanta Falcons, which is just an embarrassment. If we would have produced this show at halftime, it wouldn't have been pretty.
It's only mildly prettier now.
No, it is, but it would have. Trust me, if we would have did this at halftime, it would have been bad. So they showed some fight in the second half. In the end, look, I could sit here and talk about all the key guys that are out on defense, but what I don't like is I don't like not seeing production from the guys that are on the field. The Quinnen Williams, the Sheldon Rankins, I just got paid $40 million, so I'm going to take the week off. John Franklin Myers. You name it. Okay, I saw CJ Mosley make a forced fumble. I saw Quinnen Williams. No, it was Quinnen Williams. And was it Quinnen Williams and CJ Mosley had forced fumbles?
I think so, yeah. You also had Bryce Hall with several pass breakups where one of them I thought he had a shot at a pick six down the sideline that he just missed.
Yeah. So, but the stars, the guys that are the guys that should be doing up front, they're just not making plays, and that's the irritating part, especially against an Atlanta Falcon team that can't run the football, and then they rush for 108 yards. They have all the receivers out. So all you have to do is cover one tight end who's a rookie and you can't cover him. It's annoying. It's just annoying.
So, yep, Kyle Pitts basically torched them today. Cordarrelle Patterson had a monster day. And the Jets' defensive line, in my opinion, was dominated throughout
by a bad offensive line for the Falcons.
Falcons' offensive line, and then when they needed to make a stop late in the game, they couldn't make a stop or couldn't at least hold them to a field goal to give them a shot to win the game. In addition, I thought some of the play calling defensively was odd. You had guys open on third down, seam routes wide open in the middle of the field. 3rd and 13, you get beat by a slant route that ends up gaining a 15, 16-yard play for a first down.
How many first downs have we given up this year, like on 3rd and 12 and 15 and 20?
That's been a historical pattern, but also Nathan Shepard with 2 more penalties, which is also becoming way too frequent of a pattern.
Yeah, enough of him.
Look, I'll give certain guys in my defense. I didn't think Albrecht had a particularly good game. You're rushing a safety and you're dropping a lineman in certain plays. I understand trying to differentiate things. I thought offensively, look, the one thing that we saw to Zach Wilson today, which annoyed the tar out of me, is make the easy throw. We said it last week, right? Even when they won the game, right? You had the play to Griffin where he underthrew him. You had a play in the flat where he was wide open. Same thing today. Had a guy literally open by yards in the flat and he underthrew him. Had a wide open throw also in the middle. He missed him. That last drive, look, I don't know if you're going to do anything. You can't take a sack there. You cannot take a sack. You have to figure a way. Just get rid of the ball. Roll out, get rid of it, give yourself another down. Not take a 20-yard sack where great Amendola hits the field goal.
Especially he's taking the sacks when he's not really getting any pressure. It's because he's running around and he's just running himself right into a sack.
So, I look, you asked me for my 3 stars. I don't know if anybody had a great game. Look, it was nice to see Michael Carter get in the end zone. You had a good kickoff return to give yourself some yardage, which was nice. You had Johnson
Michael Carter.
But other than that, Wilson, Corey Davis was pretty much invisible today.
At least if they have one corner, that's it. And if he was going to shut down Davis, I was going to live with that, and that's Terrell. Everybody else is hurt. Everybody. There's no excuse for everybody else to not. And once again, where's Elijah Moore? Okay, he might have caught a touchdown pass if Zach didn't underthrow him, but that's one play thrown to Moore. The other play threw to Moore. I guess he stepped out of bounds, but the NFL Network decides not even to show us anything. So I have no idea really how he stepped out of bounds and didn't come back in, yet how he went to tiptoe. What was going on over there? Show us a replay. Denzel Mims. We see a Denzel Mims sighting, and all he does is catch passes, and then he just go back on the sidelines. We don't need you. I don't know. They're just not using the guys properly. It's just I'm just sick of the and come out, show some ingenuity, LaFleur. Why don't you come out in the beginning of a game, 5 wide, have Mims and Moore and everybody, and show the other team that you're going to do something that they haven't seen on film before? Why don't you just do something like that? Why don't you come up with a game plan for the week nobody has seen? Instead, it's the same situation and the same receivers and the same offense, and it's just it's boring, absolutely boring.
I can't argue with you. I mean, I don't know if boring was the problem there. I just don't think Wilson had a particularly strong game in general, which didn't help. I thought the offensive line wasn't particularly good either. But look, you can use ingenuity, and they need to find. My view is they need to figure a way. Maybe it is the ingenuity. Start a game quicker, right? Their slow start again.
That's why I said come out differently.
This season.
Do something different to start the game.
Right. And Saleh said after the game he has to figure out how to figure a way to get them kind of started a lot quicker. But you blinked at halftime, and look, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been 21-0. Could have been 24-0. They probably were lucky to only be down as much as they were, and you did make it a game, right? You're down by a score late in the game. 3rd and 13, you give up a first down, and then you give up a touchdown at the end. You find a way there even to give up a field goal. You're down 6 with not a realistic shot, but a puncher's chance, given your offense to maybe figure a way to get down the field and put yourself in position to score a game-winning touchdown.
I don't understand what Zach's seeing. I just don't. Because if Zach is seeing receivers that can't get open against 3rd and 4th string defensive backs for the Falcons, is that seriously what's going on? Our receivers can't get open from those guys? I can't imagine that. He's not seeing something. There's just no way. And if that's the case, then why isn't Denzel Mims playing? If those guys can't get open from 3rd and 4th string defensive backs, then they're not any good. Then get the other guys in. And once again, we're getting closer to the trade deadline. Jamison Crowder has to go. He's got to go. It's just, if you can get a 4th-round pick for him, he has to go. It's just, this team is not going anywhere this year. He's not going to be on the team next year. Trade him, please. And then if you trade him, Elijah Moore plays more, Denzel Mims plays more. So just get rid of Jamison Crowder. And then he drops a ball anyway. If you're not going to catch every pass going your way, I got no use for you. And then that terrible, terrible call to start the game on Quinnen Williams. Roughing the passer, which gave Atlanta 3 points. Just terrible. And he's actually somebody that's doing something at least. Quinnen Williams is making plays. Or what's his name?
Quincy Williams you're talking about, or Quinnen Williams?
Quincy. Quinnen's brother. Quincy's making more plays than Quinnen.
Look, you can basically take to task the whole line today. I don't think Quinnen had a bad game. I mean, that a really bad roughing the passer penalty.
They didn't have any sacks.
Going low was just stupid.
They didn't have any sacks, and they gave up 100 yards rushing to one of the worst rushing teams in the league.
I said the line got dominated. I didn't say they didn't get dominated. I thought the line did not have a particularly good game today.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Patterson was making him look bad. Patterson had another monster day today for Atlanta.
Which again, we were going to live with because he was the only guy. But to let a rookie tight end, inexcusable. But look, it is what it is. We have to deal with Zach, unfortunately. But he does. Maybe now we know why they don't really throw as many screens as they should, because Zach can't throw the ball 5 yards.
That one was brutal. That screen you hit the lineman. I mean, did you see how much room they had in front on that play? With linemen in front of him, I mean, and you hit Moses with the pass. I mean, seriously,
you can't even can't even throw the ball 5. Like you said, he had that one. He had 2 passes that he threw the ball in the dirt to guys that are 5 yards in front of him.
So, I mean, honestly, that's probably one of those things. This week or in practice, when they resume practice, literally they should spend sequence after sequence just working on passes.
It's got to be
flat,
his footwork.
Screen
has
passes.
To be
passes in the flat, screen passes. I don't know if he's short arming it. Because it looks like last week it looked like he short armed it.
That's what I'm saying. It's all arms. You got to use your legs, not your arms, and that's what he's doing. Yep. He's exactly doing that. He's just everything is with his arm. That's not how you throw the football. You throw the football with your entire body, especially with your lower body. And right now he's not doing that. Everything is with the arm because he knows he's got a strong arm, so everything is with the arm. He's going to zing everything. and that's just killing them. They gave up over 450 yards with no Ridley.
Matty Ice was very good today. I mean, he didn't get a lot of pressure on him, but Matty Ice was really good today.
That's what happens. No pressure.
But again, how many third down conversions did they give up? A ton.
And how many sacks did they have on third obvious passing situations? None. So I don't blame the secondary for that, because the secondary is not very good. They're young. There's no Marcus May. You have to sack the quarterback. And if the defensive line is not going to be able to get one sack on all those third and longs, it's their fault.
You also can't take penalties there either. I mean, bad penalty on Wilson on the hold on the receiver coming across the middle where he had good position. Yeah, the penalty on Quinn, bad call on Quinn Williams.
Yeah, he's not. It's again, we're playing guys that shouldn't even be there.
Well, unfortunately, in the NFL, it's next man up, right? We know that always. It's the way it is. Look, Atlanta did it today also. They had their two big receivers out, and other guys stepped up. Same thing defensively. You have to step up when your guys are out.
That's the problem. Yeah, our guys don't step up, so their guys do. And right now, they've got a whole week and a half, 2 weeks off before the. Who are you playing next?
I have to. I don't even remember off the top of my head. Is it Patriots already again?
I think so.
That would be really quick. It's possible. Let me see. While we're talking, I'll take a look. I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly. I'm trying to block it out right now in terms of who they're playing, just because it was so bad today. I mean, today was just brutal. I mean, you look up and you blink, and it's already 17-0 at halftime. You're going, what the heck just happened here? Yeah, you are. Patriots, Bengals, Colts, Bills, all in a row.
Lose, and then what's after that?
After the Bills, Dolphins, Texans, Eagles, Saints.
Oh, okay. So
Dolphins.
there's your 2 to 3 wins that'll give them 4 at the end of the season.
Well, I think part of it depends on how healthy, obviously, Carson Wentz is for the Colts. That's a key.
No,
the Patriots, look, Patriots didn't play great last week.
Hey, I don't really want the team.
Let me phrase it. Patriots actually played well against.
I'd rather them play well and lose at this point. Because realistically, they're not going to the playoffs anyway. So let's get a nice high draft pick, but we want to see the development of these younger players, which is, again, why Jamison Crowder needs to leave, open up the door for the younger players to get in and play. And hopefully the running game, we'll see these young guys develop.
And there's one more key also. Russell Wilson will be out the next 6 weeks. Geno Smith will be quarterbacking a 2-3 Seahawks team whose number 1 draft pick is owned by the New York Jets right now.
Oh, okay.
Right? That came in the Jamal Adams deal. He had surgery. He's out at least 6 weeks.
That's what they said?
Yep.
Wow.
4 to 6. I mean, I've heard maybe 6 to 8.
Okay. So we have 2 first-round draft picks. And do we have another middle-round pick somewhere, right? I think we do. From something.
No, I thought they got the second
the 4th for the Chris Herndon trade.
Right.
So we got to get another. If we can get another 4th Crowder, that's why it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's about the development of all the young guys, and that's all we want to see is the development. And now it's going to be a couple of weeks because Zach has got. See, the only thing I could think of is that Dean Pease, being a Belichick disciple, probably picked up the phone because Belichick hates the Jets. Hey, how did you stop Zach? Okay, here I'll get to throw you all of our game plans, and Phil, you take a look at
it. I think you're extrapolating. No,
I'm not
I don't
so
think
sure.
It works that way in the NFL
I'm trying
anymore.
to figure out how you could be so bad against that defense. Okay, that's bad.
Well, again,
that's a bad defense with their guys who were their best players who are out. It's the worst defense we are going to face the entire year.
The offensive line wasn't great.
No, I'm not blaming the offensive line.
Offensive line did not
Zach
play particularly great today.
It wasn't Zach running for his life.
The 2 throws and the one in the flat and the screen were 2 potentially big plays that he blew. I mean, the flat one wasn't going to be big, but you're probably going to get 7.
Well, like I said, how many times did Zach sit there in the pocket for about 2 or 3 seconds and not see anybody?
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the offensive line's fault.
It's either he didn't either they weren't open or he didn't see them open. And I don't know which one it was. And the first should be worst on the receivers. The second is on the quarterback.
Absolutely.
And my guess there, Some of it is on the, I would say it's probably even, but a lot of it has to be on the quarterback there.
Yeah. I think that most of the issue is either quarterback or receivers. I did not have any problem with the offensive line today. I just had problems with the receivers, the quarterback, either or, and obviously the defensive line. Those are the big culprits. Now, Carter was your first star, and you had Bryce Hall as your second star. So I'm assuming
it was hard to pick anybody. Honestly, I told you I didn't want to pick anybody.
I'm assuming Bryce didn't give up any.
He hadn't have a great game, but another pass defense. I mean, name me somebody else who you think was better.
No, well, I mean the Falcons receivers, wide receivers. There was only one guy that caught more than 2 passes and 20 yards. So it wasn't the wide receivers that beat us.
It was the tight end.
Yeah, it was the tight end. And Patterson.
And it was Patterson.
Which we knew was going to happen. And once again, it happened against Tennessee, and we haven't fixed it. We can't, for some reason, cover the running back out of the backfield. Can't do it.
McNichols did the same thing last week.
So it's
this week it was Patterson.
And I don't know who had coverage. Did you notice who was covering Pitts? Was it a zone? Did you notice any particular player that kept getting burned?
There was some one-on-one. There was some one-on-one coverage. I can't remember who got burned.
Sherwood?
There was definitely some one-on-one coverage. No, I don't think it was Sherwood.
So it was a safety?
I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember off the top of my head. There was some one-on-one coverage. There were some zones. The touchdown to Hurst was they rushed the defensive back, and Hurst was wide open against the 2 safeties right in the middle of the field for the touchdown.
We didn't even talk.
Davis did a good job of picking up the blitz there, and Hurst was wide open.
And then I'll say this, when Thomas Morstead is in our 3 stars, and he'll never be in our 3 stars again.
Are you going to argue with me that he didn't have a good game?
Who?
He flipped field.
No, he had a good game.
He flipped the field a bunch of times.
It wasn't his fault. He put him in good field position. Falcons had drives like 80 yards 3 times.
Yeah, they started at 13
90
for
yards.
1. I think they started 13-0 for 1. They had a couple of long drives. Jets either couldn't get off the field or they kept shooting themselves, which is why they couldn't get off the field.
We did not talk about Marcus May. And this is a good opportunity because Mr. Marcus May and his agent, and I have to hear again from his agent saying something about, well, maybe they should think about trading him to a winner before the deadline. Fire this guy, please, because he's making you look like a freaking idiot. This is not the time to be talking about trading you to a winning team. You've held back that you had a DUI when you were negotiating a long-term deal. That's a problem. And you're going to tell me, by the way, that the Jets didn't know? Come on. I sincerely doubt that with all the criminal background checks going on in the NFL, they've got these guys that they know what they're doing. They're not going to come out and say anything. I am positive that Joe Douglas knew what was going on. That's why he wasn't signed long term. I mean, no way. He didn't know that he had a DUI. No way. Sorry. Probably just sitting back waiting. Am I going to get the call? Oh, they're not going to call me. They're not going to tell me. Okay, well, no long-term deal. So the long-term deal for Marcus May is officially gone. It's never going to happen now, unless he fires the agent. It's never going to happen. And that's it for Marcus May. And you know what? If that's how Marcus May is going to handle the situation, then unless he wants to plead the 5th, fire his agent and say, I got bad advice. Say that, and you can come back to the Jet. Keep your agent. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So, and what do you think we're going to get from May?
I don't think they're trading him. That's throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Well, what do you think?
You may not like the agent. What do you think? You may not agree with the agent, but that doesn't mean you don't retain the player if you want to try to retain the player. Now,
let me rephrase
they may think his contract ask is overvalued, and they don't think they're going to sign him because of that. But irrespective of that, I'm not getting rid of a player because of an agent.
Let me rephrase it. Just like what happened with Adams and Herndon. What will it take for you to get that phone call and go, oh, you're going to give me that? Okay. Now I'm going to trade Marcus May.
If somebody offers you a first, you might pull the trigger.
Just one first.
I don't think you're getting more than a first.
That's all I'm asking.
You?
So 1 first-round draft pick.
I don't think you're getting more.
And you would be okay with the trade?
Herndon they wanted to get rid of, right? I mean, I think Herndon's potential never manifested itself into performance. That was the problem, especially the last 2 years. Adams was producing. The Jets didn't want to pay him his
They got a lot for him though.
Right. What you got? Look, did anybody expect 2 number ones for him?
No. That's why they got rid of him. So that's what I said. They don't want to get rid of May. So you think they would get rid of him for a first?
May is a completely different situation than Adams because Adams is a different kind of a playmaker than May is.
Oh, I don't think they should get a whole lot. I'm just saying. Okay,
if somebody's only offering you a first-round
draft
pick if somebody's offering you a second-round pick for May, I'm probably hanging up the phone.
I agree.
I don't think it's enough.
I'm okay with that. So first-round draft pick. Okay. So if in the next few weeks we see the teletype comes across, Jets trade Marcus May to who knows for 2022 first-round pick, we're okay.
Not in love with it, but yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'd be okay too. Absolutely. I want him here.
But
I want him to fire his agent first. Here. Show me some maturity.
I think he's going to be here.
Well, then his agent ain't going to be with him.
We'll find out.
Yes, we will. No way. I'd be shocked.
Okay.
If that doesn't mean that they're not going to re-sign him to a franchise. They could just keep doing that for another year.
One more time they can do it, I think, right?
They don't have to deal with him. And like we talked about, if they do it one more year, by time his free agency year comes up, he'll be 28 years old. Like 28, 29, I believe. That's where you only have another year or two left at peak before you start becoming an okay, I'm a veteran, I can still hang on and play pretty well. But once you start hitting 28, 29, time is running out. And
you're not getting the long term deal. But remember, in the NFL, all that is fictitious money anyway. You and I both know that. It's guaranteed dollars and what the cap is to get rid of somebody down the road. That's what matters. The number of years.
It's like Franklin Myers. What did he get guaranteed? 30?
30.
Okay, so that's his money.
Which again,
that's good for him.
His early season play clearly bumped up his price. And I don't have a problem with this, but I don't have a problem with the price.
Sure,
I don't.
He deserved it. And now we have to hope that he just keeps playing like he did before he cashed the paycheck. Because he's 0 for 1 since cashing the paycheck.
All right. Okay.
Seriously, did you hear his name called?
He didn't have a particularly great game.
Why do you think he got the paycheck? But... Because he played awesome the first 3 games. So,
and I don't think if he had a bad game this week, they weren't going to still sign him to that contract. I don't think one game was going to change that.
No, I'm just saying that I think it's funny coincidence.
Yes, coincidence. Yeah. Yes. Again, you're putting correlation instead of causation and correlation. You're conflating the two.
I certainly hope I'm not seeing that into anything.
Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
We certainly will. Yeah. And then if he could and it'd be great if he could, because it's such a big part of the team, no question. But look,
actually, I think the bye week comes at a good time because I do think Wilson needs to get away. Get himself right mentally, and they need to work on. He's not staying in London. They barely were.
He was away. He went to London. He went away. Yeah, well, and it didn't help him.
Completely away.
Yeah, he needs
get and then work on the fundamentals. Spend a little bit of time working just on fundamentals.
Yeah. We're gonna bring in a running back, and that's it. And I'm going to throw the ball to you, flip the ball to you, and you're going to throw the ball to the running back. That's what you're going to do. Just here, throw, turn, throw, turn, throw. Do that 1,000,000 times until you're not throwing the ball in the dirt. Because it's embarrassing.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's embarrassing.
Look, we said it last week. We were 2 throws we thought he missed.
And the game would have been over.
Kind of flat throws, right?
Game would have been over.
This week I saw the first one was also, I think it was to Griffin. I was like, here we go again. And I tweeted it right after. I said, second time in 2 weeks, he's underthrown a guy in the flat. And then the screen pass, I'm looking, going, there's like 3 blockers in front of the screen. I'm going, dude, you have to make that throw.
Bad.
You just have to. I'm looking, going, that's a potentially a good defensive guy may make a good play, but you have that set up perfectly to get a lot of yardage, or to even maybe get in the end zone on that play. And it hits Moses. I'm going, oh God.
What was Denzel? 2 for 2, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
2 targets. He had the one. Yeah, both were pretty big. No, the one was a big one when it was 1st and 20, and he got a 25-yard.
And Davis had a nice catch on the last drive when he got the field goal on an underthrown ball across the middle. where he went behind him and made the catch. But
yeah.
You know what? Wipe the slate. Bad loss. Bad performance. I'll give them credit for being competitive in the second half. They made it a game. They actually gave themselves an opportunity if they'd gotten a stop. I agree with you. But they gave themselves an opportunity if they got a stop to have a shot at winning it. They didn't make the stop clearly, but again, defense makes the stop there. You're looking, gives up the field goal. It's a 6-point game late. Now, I don't know whether or not they're going to win or not, but
it would have been nice to have a lot better been in that spot
than where you were at halftime. Considering how bad what the score was at halftime, you're going, boy, this could get ugly really early.
Yep, it would have been nice, but the defense let them down. Look, it'll be nice next year when everybody's back and healthy, but unfortunately that's not the case, and we have to live with it all year. Jarrad Davis should be back when? Is he supposed to be back maybe as early as New England?
I think so, yeah.
That was
the plan originally. I haven't heard anything, but that was the original
plan, yeah. And then Nashville Dean is the only other guy out besides May, correct? Was Zeckles out there?
Correct. Eccles was out there. He had I think he led the team in either tackles or assisted tackles. He had a big game today.
That's right.
I mean, it wasn't noticeable, but he was making a lot of tackles. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what Eccles did.
After the receivers caught the ball.
Well, again, as I said, he had a big game, but didn't really matter much.
Yeah.
Eccles, 7 tackles, 2 assisted.
Yeah.
Like I said, he led the team in tackles. I didn't say he led the team in tackles and made a difference.
And Ashton Davis has been playing, even though we haven't really noticed it.
And I think, if I remember correctly, wasn't Davis the one who got blocked by Mike Davis on the touchdown to Hurst when he came on the blitz? I thought it might have been Davis. I may be wrong, but I thought it was Davis coming on the blitz there.
All right.
And Mike Davis stepped up and made a big block there because he had an unimpeded path to the quarterback, and Davis made a great block, giving Ryan time on that play.
John Franklin, 1 tackle. Cash that check, baby.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sheldon Rankins, man, he's done nothing. Like, he'll make, one play a game where he just goes, oh, there's Sheldon Rankins. Like, dude, that's not why you're here. I mean, what is he making, $6 million? $7 million? And you're going to make one play a game? Come on, man. You talk about being healthy. You're healthy. So make some plays. All right. We will return in a couple of weeks, unfortunately. When Zach Wilson has to face the Patriots again. That should be lovely. We'll see what happens at the very first series when the Jets go 3 and out. And we'll see what kind of halftime deficit.
I think we go T-bone. I think we go wishbone attack with an option pitch. What do you think?
You know, for a guy that is as mobile as Zach is around in the pocket.
Well, that's what annoyed me.
He doesn't run very well.
I said that last week. He needs to use his legs more. That's what I said last week. Didn't he play when he got the sack? Right, the late sack. He peeled away from the first,
which was a great move.
Then he turned back in.
It was a great move. He made that move, and then all of a sudden, did you lose me?
I'm here.
Okay, no, you look like you lost me because you were making a point.
No, I said he peeled away.
Yeah,
and then he turned back and okay, do me a favor. You've peeled out. There's nothing open. Just keep going. Get out of the pocket and throw the ball away and live another day. Don't peel. You're not going to be able to make a long down. You're not going to make a throw
or run. Pick up 5 yards with your legs.
But again, even if you throw it in the middle of the field, the clock is your enemy there, right? You can't wait and throw it.
I'm basically talking about the whole time. He needs to do a much better job.
He hasn't used his legs enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He has not used his legs enough.
I'd like to know what's being taught, what he's doing or saying, but he's just. You got to use your legs, man. This is the NFL. Much more dangerous when you can pick up 30, 40 yards a game on the ground, and he should be able to. So, because that one time,
we'll see.
He runs, he picks up 3 or 4 yards. It looks like he's going to do the smart thing and run out of bounds. He tries to turn it back up and gets smacked by the defender. So, don't do that.
I don't know what he was doing. Again, look, it's a young quarterback. Things happen.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that even a young quarterback with athletic ability like him, usually he just doesn't seem like he's that type of guy that wants to use his legs to gain yardage, which is okay, I guess.
But it may be something that LaFleur and those guys have said, look, take the gain if it's there, right?
I hope so.
I know you want to stay in the pocket. I know you want to extend the play. Try to extend the play. If nothing is there, then go. Yeah. Then use your legs.
They should get some film.
Count in your head.
Show him Aaron Rodgers. You talk about Aaron Rodgers all the time. How many times when he was younger did he pick up? He was not like Russell Wilson or Murray, but Aaron Rodgers would always be able to pick up those 5 or 10 yards on the ground when you need it. So do that, Zach. Pick up some yardage.
Rodgers also got to sit a while behind Favre before he got into games. So
yeah, that's why it's going to be a 2 or 3 year process. That's for sure.
Right, which we knew.
Yep, absolutely.
You want to see growth, right? I'm not. Look, I'm disappointed. I'm not disheartened. Is probably the best way to describe it.
No. All right, sounds good. We'll check out the press conferences and hear all the excuses and digest them and all that kind of stuff. And we'll talk Jet football once again after the Patriot game in a couple of weeks. Jan, appreciate it. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.